In today's video, I have 10 life lessons which we can learn from Steve Jobs and apply into our life. Do you know Steve Jobs? Do you know Apple? At least you know iPhone.
Steve was clearly the most outstanding business thinker, and almost everybody who's high up in the technology business recognized that somehow he had the ability to think out new ways of doing things, not just ways to improve what we have, do a better version of something, but do it in a totally different way that the world would swing towards. He gets a reputation for being a strong leader and being brash, but to me he was just always so kind, such a good friend.
Kuna Matata, thank you and welcome. I am always pleased to see you again, but smiling. Thank you. And if you're here for the first time, please do hit the subscribe button. Help us reach 1,000 subscribers. That's our aim. I hope you can help at least in reaching that goal. Let's add number 1, Steve Jobs on life. Said always focus on the positive and let go of the negative. No, what I'm telling you. So let's hear from him, the man himself.
The thing I would say is when you grow up, you tend to get told that the world is the way it is, and your life is just to live your life inside the world, try not to bash into the walls too much, try to have a nice family life, have fun, save a little money. But life, that's a very limited life. Life can be much broader once you discover one simple fact, and that is everything around you that you call life was made up by people that were no smarter than you. And you can change it. You can influence it. You can build your own things that other people can use. And the minute that you understand that you can poke life and actually something will, if you push in, something will pop out the other side, that you can change it, you can mold it. That's maybe the most important thing, is to shake off this erroneous notion that life is there and you're just going to live in it, versus embrace it, change it, improve it, make your mark upon it. I think that's very important. And however you learn that, once you learn it, you'll want to change life and make it better, because it's kind of messed up in a lot of ways. Once you learn that, you'll never be the same again.
That is just beautiful. Number 2, travel the world and learn new things. When Steve Jobs was 19 years old, he visited India, and he said in multiple interviews that his travel helped him broaden his perspective. The journey to somewhere far away from his land expanded his thought and opened up his mind to unlimited possibility. Oh, check the video that I have done on the benefit of traveling. I think it will pop up somewhere here. Number 3, Steve Jobs on success.
People say you have to have a lot of passion for what you're doing, and it's totally true. And the reason is because it's so hard that if you don't, any rational person would give up. It's really hard, and you have to do it over a sustained period of time. So if you don't love it, if you're not having fun doing it and you don't really love it, you're going to give up. And that's what happens to most people, actually. If you really look at the ones that ended up being successful, unquote, in the eyes of society, and the ones that didn't, oftentimes it's the ones that are successful loved what they did so they could persevere when it got really tough. And the ones that didn't love it quit because they're sane, right? Who would want to put up with this stuff if you don't love it? So it's a lot of hard work, and it's a lot of worrying constantly. And if you don't love it, you're going to fail. So you got to love it. You got to have passion. And I think that's the high order bit. The second thing is,
don't get those experiences because they never ask. I've never found anybody that didn't want to help me if I asked them for help. Most people never pick up the phone and call. Most people never ask. And that's what separates sometimes the people that do things from the people that just dream about them. You gotta act. And you've got to be willing to fail. You've got to be willing to crash and burn. With people on the phone, with starting a company, with whatever. If you're afraid of failing, you won't get very far.
Number 4, be wise in the company you choose to keep. Steve Jobs always hire and surround himself with great minds. He hired Steve Wozniak because he knew that Steve Wozniak was better than him in building computers. Listen to what he has to say.
We were just the lucky partnership. He was lucky to have me in the beginning, but I am much, incredibly lucky to him for everything in my life.
You've got to be a really good talent scout, because no matter how smart you are, you need a team of great people.
You should learn to surround yourself with great people in order to achieve success. Don't let go your ego get in the way of who you choose to interact and work with. Number 5, learn from the failure and keep moving forward. In 1984, Apple fired Steve Jobs. Can you imagine somebody that built a company, somebody that created the company was fired? Here again, listen to what he has to say about being fired and the lesson that he learned from it.
How can you get fired from a company you started? I didn't see it then, but it turned out that getting fired from Apple was the best thing that could have ever happened to me. The heaviness of being successful was replaced by the lightness of being a beginner again, less sure about everything. It freed me to enter one of the most creative periods of my life. During the next 5 years, I started a company named Next, another company named Pixar. I'm pretty sure none of this would have happened if I hadn't been fired from Apple. Sometimes life's going to hit you in the head with a brick. Don't lose faith.
We should also not fear failure, because it is not the end of the end. We should treat failure as an opportunity to improve oneself. Number 6, do only what you truly love. Again, I'm going to, I'll leave you. Listen to him.
I'm convinced that the only thing that kept me going was that I loved what I did. You've got to find what you love. And that is as true for work as it is for your lovers. Your work is going to fill a large part of your life. And the only way to be truly satisfied is to do what you believe is great work. And the only way to do great work is to love what you do. If you haven't found it yet, keep looking and don't settle. As with all matters of the heart, you'll know when you find it. And like any great relationship, it just gets better and better as the years roll on. So keep looking. Don't settle.
If we do what we truly love, then we do that particular work with complete passion. Number 7, learn from others. When Steve Jobs was in high school, before the age of 21, he had already worked for HP and Atari. And he worked there and learned what these companies were doing. And he implemented those strategies at Apple. You too, you should learn from others. If you don't see any result while working toward a certain goal, then you should take advice from experts in that field. Sometimes just a little help is all what you need to achieve success. Number 8, it is never too early to get started. Steve Jobs, at the age of 20, this young, enthusiastic entrepreneur had started Apple Inc. He was young, daring man, open to new ideas. If a young entrepreneur starts a venture at a young age, then he doesn't have much pressure. At young age, though, you can take risk. Professionally, as you are more free to fail and restart again. Start early. Number 9, obstacles are the opportunity to succeed.
We went into the garage when we were 2 young people with no money. We had nobody that could loan us money. We had no business experience.
Steve Jobs and Wozniak were the co-founders of Apple Inc. While they were developing the first Apple computer, they ran out of money. They could have given up on their dream of building the computer, but instead, they chose to thrive. Steve Jobs sold his van and Wozniak sold his graphing calculator to raise some money. Learn to see your obstacle as an opportunity to succeed. If you really want to do something, you will always find a way to complete it. Once you have this mindset then nothing can stop you from overcoming obstacles. Still say, I am convinced that about half of what separates successful entrepreneur from non-successful one is pure perseverance. Number 10, always remember you are not immortal. While addressing the student at Stanford University, Jobs said,
For the past 33 years, I have looked in the mirror every morning and asked myself, if today were the last day of my life, would I want to do what I am about to do today? And whenever the answer has been no for too many days in a row, I know I need to change something. Remembering that I'll be dead soon is the most important tool I've ever encountered to help me make the big choices in life. Because almost everything, all external expectations, all pride, all fear of embarrassment or failure, these things just fall away in the face of death, leaving only what is truly important. Remembering that you are going to die is the best way I know to avoid the trap of thinking you have something to lose. You are already naked. There is no reason not to follow your heart.
Remembering that I will be dead soon is the most important tool I have ever encountered to help me make the big choices in life. Whenever you feel depressed, confused, embarrassed, or have any negative feeling, only remember one thing. You are not immortal. You will be dead soon. So instead of feeling depressed, make sure that you utilize every second of life. Though Steve Jobs has passed away, his legacy will be with us forever. He was an inspiring human being who was and is respected by many. The way he lived his life, both personally and professionally, is commendable. And if we can learn from his teaching, then it will definitely help us in achieving success in life. Which one of those 10 qualities of Steve Jobs is your favorite? Let us know in the comment box below. I hope you like this video. I hope you find it useful. If you find it useful, just give me a thumbs up. But if you're here for the first time, so thank you very much. And I hope you help us reach 1,000 subscribers by subscribing, right now. Support brothers and help us, reach our goal.